Good day, dear traders. This is Alex Gerchik and the Gerchik Company, and today is our analysis. But today we're going to bring you stock market stocks. Today we're not going to talk about forex. We're not going to talk about futures. We're going to talk about stocks. And first thing that I wanted to tell you is I've been in the trading industry for this year. It's going to be 20 years. Out of those 20 years, 18 years I trade. And I trade only stocks. Later on, I start trading futures, and I trade forex as well. But obviously, my best expertise become from the stock market. So today, I wanna bring it to you some stocks, just the regular stocks. I wanna go step by step for you to see how we identify the stocks, what we're looking in the stock, what's out there that we like about it. And today, I'm gonna show you some few cheap stocks, just for you to understand. Cheap stock doesn't mean anything, has nothing to do with the strategy that's been promoting all over the internet, pump and dump. Some people are trading the cheap stocks because they wait for the fast moves. No, absolutely not. We're going to talk about today about the cheap stock for one simple reason. On a cheap stock, you can identify a big buyer and a big seller. So the most important thing to identify the big buyer and the big seller. In a cheap stock, there is large moves, and the moves are very fast. And the very important thing, you can easily identify a buyer and a seller, who's buying, who's selling, who's winning. So today we're gonna come up right now with some stocks, so you'll see it how it works. And we're about to begin. Let's go. Second thing that I wanted to tell you, as you saw last time that we've been together, we made some list, and this is a list of stocks and list with the prices. So some stocks, we're gonna go from our list, so you'll see that it did work out. The stock that we had before, first one, it's called DPRX. That's the name of the company, Depexion Pharmaceutical. Just for you to understand, and just for me to tell you, I don't look for what the company do. I don't look at the fundamentals. I look charts. I look only for the charts for one simple reason. My understanding that the chart will tell you pretty much everything. And what I see. If I see the chart, if I see there's somebody is buying and selling, usually most of the time the news will come after that. So just we'll begin with this company, DPRX, Depexion Pharmaceutical, just to tell you a little bit about it, as we talked last time. I usually never trade the stock when the stock is in a move. I usually trade when the stock basically either stop, either making a false breakout. But for me, the most important thing is to see what the company, what the stock is doing, let's say after a big gap, or after a big volume, or after something that's going on in the chart. For example, if I'm going to see something like this, I wouldn't pay attention here, because for me, this is not important. For me, the most important thing, how's the company, how's the stock is getting out from the channel, how to identify that the move is going to be, something like this. For example, we had a big false breakout after everybody was trying to get the position. Only for those reasons, I will look at the company. But once the stock staying right here, it's only telling me that this is a big accumulation. Obviously, I'm going to look for the accumulation, but for me, the most important thing after accumulations is to see if somebody is really buying or selling the stock. So what do we have with the DPRX? We saw that there was a very big gap, and this is a large gap, my friends. We're talking about almost 70% gap, even more. From $13 a share, the gap price was $2 a share. So we went down 11, which is almost 80% gap down. Then, as you can see, the stock will rebound just a little bit. And after the next few days, we see a big drop that it shows there's no buyer exist. We had a huge volume. Just for you to understand, somebody swallowed 20 million shares. And this is a big, big down move. And after that, in these 2 days, we see a big move down. But the most important thing, nobody is buying the stock. So once basically nobody's buying, we know one thing for a fact. Once the low will be breaking out, there is one thing, you can definitely sell the stock or whatever. If in this case, it will be breaking up to the gap side, you can basically buy it. So under $2, it was definitely short, and it went down all the way down to $1.15. So the stock went down almost 40% in a few days. You could have really traded the stock with a very short stop, the stock right above the level, above $2 a share. What's there to talk about right now? As you can see, the stock is not even trying to rebound, so that it's not going up. The most important thing is not trying to go up because probably there is no buyers. In order to identify the buyer, you gotta see either a very strong level on the downside, which are not allowed in the stock to go any lower, or the stock gotta break $2 a share. So this way, when the stock is gonna break $2 a share, you know that somebody big is sitting there and try to accumulate. So just write it down for yourself. If the company is gonna go below $1.15, it's definitely a much bigger short. And if the stock is gonna go above $2 a share, it can be a very, very strong long for you guys. So that's how we're gonna go with a few stocks, and you'll see the way I trade. The most important thing and the hardest part of trading all of the stock is basically to do a homework. For example, if you trade, hold on, I will put myself right here. If you trade forex, you have at the most 15 or 20 pairs that you trade: dollar, euro, British pound, gold, oil. And you will spend only 30-40 minutes to identify levels, to identify the prices and everything else. But if you trade the stocks, you have to go through a lot of homework. Just for you to understand, there's over 1,400 stocks, which trades over 400,000 shares. So there's a bunch of them. And most of the time, people using filters, which I not recommend for one simple reason. The filter would not show you a lot of different things. So what I usually do, I spend 3 to 4 hours a day just to do the homework. That's the hardest part by trading stocks. But if you're going to watch what we're doing, we're pretty much doing the homework for you, and you can basically see what we're doing and analyze by yourself. So we're going to go back to the stocks. Okay. Second one is the FCEL. FCEL. Take a look at this company. It was the same, as you can see, everything was fine, then a big gap, and right after the big, it went down. What we have right now and why the stock basically can look unattractive, either both long or short side. Just for you to understand, we're not trying to guess. The most important thing, we identify levels, and then we see how the company is behaving of those levels. So for example, if we had a false breakdown, you see, and it didn't go down. So if price would be breaking 323, then we have all the chances to go up. And if the price is going to be breaking 270, we have a chance to go all the way down. So for us, the most important thing, we have to sit and wait. Just for you to understand, the job of the trader, this is the hardest job. Why? Because we have to wait. For example, there's always a fight between buyer and a seller. And sometimes it's extremely hard to identify who's buying, who is selling. Very hard. And on charts, sometimes you can't even see who is winning. So the most important thing is to sit on the side and you wait until basically you get a signal. So in this case, in this particular company, our signal is going to be, if we're going to stay above 325, then we have all the chances to go much higher. But if we're going to stay below 275, then that's it. The stock is kaput. The stock is going to have a problem and it's not going to basically go any higher. And as you see, volume is still holding there. Weekly chart looks extremely bad. And the company is going to have all the chances to go all the way down to $1, maybe even to $0. The next one is the FNBC. We also saw this, showed these stocks before. You see the stock basically collapsed from $12 a share to $5 a share. But this is those perfect scenario, you see, where the company stopped right here. You see, where the stock is stopped. It has a huge volume. Just for you to understand, it's been almost 3 million shares that somebody eaten. So it was a very large volume again, very large volume. Somebody was trying to sell the stock and a big buyer is just sitting there right under the $5 and buying and buying and buying. So right here, the beautiful scenario is you had a big down size, then basically a big flat, and this is a U formation. Around formation for the turnaround. So the most amazing part here, you had a very, very small stop loss, very small. On the daily chart, the stop loss was about 15 cents. Within 50 cents stop loss, you could have made almost $4. Practically is almost 70%. What does it look right now? As you can see, this is a moving average, and this is the level right here where the company has to break out. If the stock is going to go above 920 right here, and it's going to break 200-day moving average, then this company has all the chances to go higher to $12 a share. So as you can see, for us, the most important thing, it's we are trying to identify the levels where the people are buying or where the people are selling. That's all. We're not trying to guess, and we don't see what this company is doing it. It's the bank holding, or there's something else. They produce condoms, or they produce peanuts or anything else. We just see the charts, because as you can see, chart is not lying. When we see something like this, even without the turnaround, we see one thing for a fact. It was a big down days. You see 4 days down, big volume. Somebody was basically selling it, as you see. Take a look. 2 million shares, 2 million shares, 3 million shares. Somebody was selling almost 10 to 12 million shares. And somebody right here, you see, it's not allowing the company to go any lower. Somebody is buying the stock, buying it heavily. You see, when the volume is dropping, it doesn't mean there is a big buyer. It means it's no sellers. So just a matter of time when the buyer is going to show. As you can see, voila, you have very nice move for the company. So basically, as we said before, if it's going to break 920, there's a very big chance for the company to go higher. Another company is CALA. This is a perfect scenario for me to show you. You know, a lot of people who's watching our analysis videos, they don't believe that levels work. I just want to show it to you. This 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, just to see this number. Numbers don't lie. I can lie, numbers don't lie. Low 250, low 250, low 250, low 250. As you can see, 4 times in the daily chart, it couldn't make any lower. What does it mean? It means there is a huge limit buyer is sitting, who basically not allowing for the company to go any lower. This is a very strong buyer. The person who is buying the stock at the low and are not allowed the stock to go any lower knows something that we don't. The most important thing is basically, as you can see, it was a very strong level of $3 a share. Stock went above $3 a share and went any higher. So what are we seeing right now? We have a very crucial level of 350. Take a look. Very crucial level, 350. False breakout. Every time the price for the stock is breaking 350 to the upside, it's going all the way down. So my job is to explain for you one thing. If we're going to basically stay above 350 for the stock CALA, we have all the chances for the company to go much higher. If it's going to be false breakout again, so you at least you know the company, the stock is going to repeat itself and it's going to go all the way down again. EKSO. Take a look what we have right now. We have identified the level of $4 a share. First one, you see right here. Then you can see the price always is dancing around $4. That's what it's called, dancing around. It's like in boxing, dancing around. As you can see, after that, you have very strong level of $4 a share. Take a look. I want to show it to you for those who doesn't believe in levels. $4 a share, $4 a share, $4 a share. So this is a limit person. Right here, on that day, you see on a little bigger volume, it broke down and it came back. So it's a false. But the most important thing, after it falls, it's not going any higher. It means there is a big seller in the company. So anything below $4 a share right here will definitely generate a very big short signal. Most likely, this limit buyer is not going to be here any longer, and he's going to take the stock lower. Excuse me. Okay, this is another one. RGSE. That's the stock. Basically, we talk about it at $2 a share. As you can see, the company broke $2 a share, and it's right now it's trading 70 cents. We're talking about $1.30 move. This is a 65% move on the downside. And just for you to understand, my friends, that everything is in the paper. Take a look. RGSE, $1.99. And we show this paper to you and this page way before anything happened. So as you can see, everything that we talk about the market, everything is going on in advance. RGSE, 65% move to the downside. Take a look at another one. Hold on. CXRX. You see, we talk about it as well, CXRX. the stock went down from $4 a share to $2, 50% move. Right now, CXRX is going all the way up to $4. Take a look. And if it's going to be above $4 a share, then the stock can go much, much higher. What I wanted to tell you, my dear friends, if you like basically what we do, if you like it, how we present ourselves, just write us an emails. We will answer all the questions. If there's a stock you want us to give analysis, personal analysis, please write me. My email is gerchik@gmail.com, or write to the company email, and we'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. But as you can see, one thing for a fact, we give everything in advance. Nothing is after what it happened. Everything in advance, and we show to you that the most important thing is to identify the moves right before it's going on. It's been Alexander Gerchik, my friends. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. And Gerchik and Company make money with us. Thank you very much. It's been Alexander Gerchik.